Okay, I'm unmuted. Now I can talk.
Right. Sorry about
It's
that.
rude to point.
uh Man, it's been too long since we got the spider suits out.
But with that being said, hello there, all you bucketheads. Welcome to another welcome, all you spider people, to another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Welcome to Under the Helmet Podcast. If you like what you see here today, as always, don't forget to like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe to Under the Helmet Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, and of course, join that Discord down below. So, how are we doing tonight?
I would say we are doing real good tonight.
Got the sippy cup tonight.
You do, in fact,
the
have
sippy cup tonight because I am recovering from food poisoning.
Ooh, yikes!
I did indeed suffer a canon event yesterday. It was rough. Be very careful what Chinese food you eat, guys. It was rough.
Why were you eating
I was suffering. Alrighty, so we put out on our Instagram post, as we always do, put out on our Instagram post. Don't forget to comment who your favorite spider person is. So we are going to go with Dealing with Absolutes, who said that Eli is their favorite spider person.
Hi.
I don't blame her.
Guilty as charged. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
But also, they like Black Cat and Night Spider. I actually don't know who Night Spider is.
I think that's the Felicia Hardy Spider-Man
Who is
variant.
Night Spider?
Yes,
neat.
that is the Earthware.
You said your favorite spider person.
So, sorry. Who is Night Spider? When Felicia pulled a heist to steal the spider idol from Anton Miguel Rodriguez, the idol bit her to endow spider powers. Initially enamored by the powers, Felicia became Night Spider and committed numerous heists for days, using her new powers to bypass security and abscond with the loot. So we first saw her appear in, I believe, the new Edge of the Spider-Verse comics, where we saw a bunch of different spider variants appear, including Gabby's favorite spider person, Spinstress, who is a Disney princess spider person. And she is arguably the coolest one. She has not one, but 2 songs out on Spotify for her that they made. I believe the gal who played Jasmine in live action Aladdin also voiced those songs as well. So, yeah.
Oh, no way. That's really cool.
She's super cool. And she does all of her fighting in a ball gown.
Good for her. I could never. This suit is very hot. Anyways, so as you can see, we are committed to the bit.
We are.
Never without a doubt, always committed to the bit. Always, without fail.
Definitely not because I cannot get out.
You said your favorite spider person is Dealing in Absolutes. You saw me struggle to put this one on. It was a fight. I was surprised it zipped all the way up, to be perfectly honest.
Mine,
but
zipped
I do want to say, take a minute to so nice. You walked around with your spider suit on at work?
Not at work. Work from home day. So, yeah.
You're trapped in your suit. You can't get out of it.
I am in fact trapped in my suit.
I'm very glad Erin is coming over after stream because she's gonna come in and she's gonna see me in my Spider-Man suit and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why are you like this?" I mean, she knows I have the mask. I'm sure she'd think I had the suit.
Yeah.
Because we're going to Taylor Swift night this weekend, and I joke that I could go dressed as Spider-Man because Spider-Man and Swifties both have one thing in common: we hate Jake Gyllenhaal. You know what you did, Jake.
Oh.
Anyway, I want to talk about Aaron's favorite Spider-person, who I know I'm going to say their name wrong, but Spider-Man India, Pavtir.
Yes.
I think this Pavtir was
I
great.
believe it's yes.
My favorite though is Hobie Brown.
I do believe in Hobie Brown.
Hobie is my favorite. Yes, Hobie Brown, in my humble opinion, was the best Spider-Person in that movie, hands down, the best. Everything from literally stole all of the screen time. Like every moment of screen time that Hobie had in this movie was absolutely perfect. Could not have asked for a better character. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into Across the Spider-Verse. So, what are your overall non-spoiler thoughts on the movie? Let's start there.
Non-spoiler thoughts on the movie. This movie was freaking amazing. I mean, just like there's so much to the movie in general. Like even getting into it, I don't even know where to start. Like I love how they set up everything. The pacing was amazing. I mean, there's never a point where you're like, okay, where are things going to pick up? It just starts and it does not stop going. Like you have moments to kind of catch your breath throughout, but for the most part, it's going all the time. And I mean, visually, the movie is just stunning. I mean, it's Sidekick Red and I went to go see it. Yes, Gabby, this is the non-spoilers. Sidekick Red and I went to see it, and he said, and this is, I can't guarantee this is an actual quote. I like pretty picture movies. And Spider-Verse is a pretty pictures movie. So he likes that a lot about that.
This is definitely a pretty pictures movie. I just realized something. This suit, the way the shading is designed, gives me spider tits.
Yep.
It's giving me a massive spider chest, and I'm very thankful for that, and that it's not showing anything below that I want to show. We were a little concerned putting the suit on. Although I will say one of the things I really did appreciate about this movie in particular was the fact that it was surprisingly body positive. Like there was a lot of different body types in different spider characters. Like you had some that were bigger bodied, you had some that were smaller bodied, you had some that were abled, you had some that were disabled. You had a cat, you had a dinosaur. This movie, I think, really embodied the idea of anyone can put on the mask and be Spider-Man, and I really appreciated that.
I mean, take a look.
So I thought that was a really
in my virtual background. Those are three completely different body types.
That's me right there.
Spider
Tank.
Who the Spider Armor Mark 1, the walking beefcake next to me.
Yes. Spider Power.
I gotta say,
right there.
Spider Armor Mark 2 is probably one of my favorite suits, at least from the PS4 game. It's funny, Gabby and I were ranking the suits from Spider-Man PS4, and we gotta say, her favorite one by far was definitely, unironically, the Bombastic Bagman. That is a suit that she. I love that they added that for PS4, even if it's a DLC suit. I love it.
I couldn't remember who that suit reminded me of, but that suit reminds me of what's the guy's name? It's on Fairly Odd Parents. It's like
Chester
the
McBadbat's
poor kid's dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Chester's dad.
Chester's dad, canonically Spider-Man.
Oh my god. Nah, he's the bombastic bag man. It's
The
Spider-Man when he
bombastic bag
forgets.
There was also a Spider-Man that was that had a Fantastic Four suit, and I thought that was really cool, considering that in a lot of the early comics, Spider-Man has a really big connection with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I mean, they're some of the OGs when it comes to Marvel, so because I know we also saw the Future Foundation Spider-Man suit. I know nothing about the Future Foundation. I just know they wear all white suits. That's it. Oh, and their suits showed up in
What I thought was
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Mhm. So what I one of the suits that speaking of characters that got new suits, this isn't really spoilers because it was revealed in the trailers and the poster, but Miles and Gwen both got new suits.
Mm-hmm. Let a little bit of that time
Miles'
pass,
suit's
baby.
a little more. And I'll tell you what, I didn't realize like how much Miles had like grown until I went back and like was watching clips from the original Spider-Verse, and I was like, damn, he did get tall. Like
Mm-hmm.
they really perfectly illustrated how much a person can grow in a year. And so, are you ready to hop into spoilers, or do you have any non-spoiler thoughts? All right, if you had actually before we get into spoilers, if you had to give this movie a review, what would you give it? Number
It is
review
10.
out of 10.
It is 10. This is a 10. This movie is a 10.
I also give it a 10.
You give it a
give
10.
it a 10 out of 10.
You give it a 10. That is a Dylan 10 out of 10. I would like that to be
Yes.
shown for the records. Across the Spider-Verse does get a Dylan 10 out of 10.
Put mark your calendars. Today was the day I officially gave a movie a 10 out of 10. It just genuinely, from the moment I got in the theater until the moment I left, I was in shock and awe the whole time. It was incredible.
Oh.
I would love to watch it again to see if that score stays the same, but I highly doubt a lot's going to change it. I mean, I give the original one probably like a 9 out of 10. So it's just such a beautiful movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this one a little more than the first one, but I'm very interested to see where we go from this. And then I also saw The Flash the other day. I know we're not talking about it, but I did see The Flash. I did compromise
Apparently,
my
I have to
values
go see it.
It's something I definitely want to talk about because I have some thoughts about a few specific cameos that kind of upset me, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Anyway, non-spoilers. Let's hop into non-spoilers. Where do you want to start in non-spoilers?
So, wait a second. You said non-spoilers?
Actually, no,
What do you mean
spoilers. My bad,
spoilers?
spoilers. Yeah, we're in spoilers
All right.
now.
We're putting on the spoilers banner. So, if you haven't seen the movie, which Callahan is actually not with us at the current moment because my man's is going to go see the movie. That is
Lots of love,
where he is at.
Callahan. We can't wait to hear what you think.
What do you have Doc Ock glasses?
These are Daredevil glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, Gabby, you might want to head out.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll want to head out, but I will see you after the stream. So
Absolutely. So we're gonna be spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler time. All right, starting at the beginning. Gwen Stacy getting to see her whole Earth and her universe and her area was incredible.
Mhm.
That was so cool to see.
So
And
cool.
the colors were beautiful. I've heard a lot of people saying that through her story and that her colors of her earth are kind of a soft way of announcing that she's trans. I was very curious to
So,
hear if you thought about that or if you picked that up.
so the directors did come out and say that Gwen is not trans. Um,
Okay.
they said that while her story can tie in a lot with the LGBT community, Gwen as a character is not trans.
I did not know that, so it's good to know.
Yeah, I had been seeing the same thing too, and I was wondering if they would say anything.
What I like though is that it's left up to interpretation. And like many good stories, you can insert yourself in that story and you can see your own experiences through the lens of the story. Where
Well,
before watching the
wait,
movie,
sorry,
I
I may
did
have been wrong
see
on
a
this.
spoiler slide.
I don't believe the directors have come out and said
We're
anything.
learning that. Oh, okay.
So
Either
maybe.
way, either way, I don't think it affects me. I think if Gwen is revealed to be trans in the later movie in Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think that'd be great. Great representation. But I also think even if it's never explicitly said and people can just make that inference on their own, sometimes I think that's better than explicit representation sometimes. Because explicit representation can be done kind of poorly.
It can. Yes.
We all have plenty of examples of your bad explicit representation character. So in that sense, I'm hoping that if they do go that route, that they heavily consult with, activists and members of the trans community to really get that story right.
Right.
Because it's a very fine line they're walking.
Right.
I think they can pull it off very well, but it's a very fine line that they're walking.
Right. And if
I
they
would
do it
hope
right, then it could be
that
great.
they would either do their homework, which from what I absolutely. And if it's not done well, it always runs the oh, it's just explicit, like, you're gonna have the crowd that just hates everything to do with transness come out and just be terrible. And nothing's
Right.
worse nothing's worse than when you're like, damn, they got a point. Like the Velma show. Like that show was just bad. Okay. So we're fingers crossed if they're going to reveal Gwen to be trans, I hope they do it well. And if not, that's fine too. She's great she's a great character regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I could see what I do like and I think would really work out is the fact that Gwen is a person first and then she's trans. Where I think a lot of this has been something I've been coming up upon in my studies of autism in the autistic community. Whereas people, it's sort of, and I think it's a really good way to do good representation because instead of saying an autistic person, people in the autism community would prefer you say a person with autism. Like you could say, blank has autism, because that way you're putting them first as a person, and then you're disclosing their status. And I think that would work really well, and that's a good mindset to have in general, because it's not a part of their whole identity. And I think that's the same thing with a lot of trans people, is that, and non-binary people, is that they're a person first, and they just so happen to be trans, not a trans person. Right. And I know everybody's going to have a different opinion on that. I just think that that's a really good way to look at things. And it's a good way to write the character. Because if you're just writing them through the lens of that trans identity, it could get like things could get muddled. You could do things poorly, and you could end up pissing off a lot more people with that representation. Like you're gonna piss off transphobes regardless. That's
Well,
fine,
yeah.
whatever. Who cares about them? They can kick rocks. But the problem is that you can do bad representation, which arguably does more damage. So it's always that double-edged sword you got to be careful of.
You have to toe the fine line between, you know, there is. So as much as I love, they are a person first and they are trans secondary. At the same time, you don't want it to be they're a person first and they are trans as an afterthought. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
There's this nice gray area in the middle where you want to exist.
It's the fine line, and that's why if you're going to like with any representation, and I think it was a really good. I heard a really good interview with the guy who plays. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna keep saying it wrong, so I'm just gonna say Spider-Man India. Patvir. I'm just gonna say Spider-Man India just for clarity's sake. But the actor who plays him said that they brought him into the set and were like, "Hey, we want you as somebody who has these experiences as this character to bring your flavor to this. We don't want you to do a white man's version of an Indian character. We want you to be an Indian's version of an Indian character. Like we want you to be authentic. We want an authentic performance." And like that's where like the non-bread came in, the like, chai tea. Chai tea. It's just tea. You didn't say the coffee. And honestly, that's one of the funniest lines in the movie. He's not a hilarious character. He's got some of the best.
Oh my god. I love him. He is the only not depressed Spider-Man. And I think that's great. Because even at this point, poor Penny Parker is depressed as well. Like, what happened to her? I need to know.
Hobie's not depressed.
Hobie's not outwardly depressed.
Penny went through some hardcore character development. Penny needs a hug. Hobie's not depressed. I think the most depressed though is Ben Reilly.
Ben Reilly is depressed because he is just the representation of all of the 90s writing in comics. And there's pretty much nothing but edge. The fact that they had Andy Samberg voice him, I lost my shit when I found out. Because I heard him. And every time he talked, I could only hear Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was like, why did they put Jake Peralta in a Spider-Man suit? And why is he doing this?
Listen, so I didn't know him as Jake Peralta. I knew him from Saturday Night Live, from The Lonely Island. Yeah, I'm an OG fan, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to hear Ben Reilly Spider-Man and another Spider-Man sing about dicks in a box. You've heard the song, right?
I've heard the song. I've seen that they even had Funko Pops. Like,
wait, what?
There were Funko Pops for the Dick in a Box guys. I don't know how you don't know about this.
Funko, why do you destroy everything I love?
I didn't know you didn't know about this.
I don't like Funko Pops. I didn't know about that. It breaks my heart.
Well, that's another thing that I knew, and now you have to as well.
I want to ask the most important question in this movie, okay? Is Miguel O'Hara racist?
Is Miguel O'Hara racist? Probably. Yeah.
Because some of the way he comes after Miles, a little racially motivated, if you ask me. That
like
might just be a meme.
I've seen people joking it was like a joking conversation between him and Peter B. And he's like, Miles, he's an anomaly. We need to. And Peter's like, I want you to listen to what you're saying. He's like, what? I want you to say to me what you just said. And he's like, he doesn't. Oh. He's like, yeah, you hear it now, right? And he's like, oh, God, I hear it. And I got to say, the memes that have come out of this movie have been top tier. Like,
there have been nothing but great memes. And like any Spider-Man project truly spawns the best memes of the meme community. Like,
I mean, like, we got the me and the boys meme from Spider-Man. That's one of my favorite meme formats of all time. Like, that's some peak meme right there. Peak.
That is
So good. I love it. I love it. It's too good.
But anyways, so I also want to discuss sort of a theory I have with you. So, do you think that Miguel is correct about canon events?
Absolutely the fuck not.
No, he's wrong.
He's wrong. Miguel's wrong.
Why is
Miguel
he
doesn't
wrong?
know anything. Huh?
Why is he wrong?
Because the only person that truly knows how the web that interconnects everything works is Madam Web.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not here yet. And she's going to show Miguel just how wrong he is. Miguel's going to eat shit.
You know why Miguel is wrong? Because I think the issue is that the only reason a canon event goes wrong is if a spider person from another universe is involved.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would change it.
So, what are the only two canon events that we've known have happened? We've known about Hoff Trier's canon event that was avoided by Miles.
Yep.
And we know about Miguel's. So, theory goes, in that universe, Miguel's death was supposed to inspire his daughter to become a Spider-Man or Spider-Person. And because of that, the canon was disrupted and the Earth was destroyed. So, I think if Miles is his dad, there's no issues with the canon.
Wait. But then, so I think the biggest thing supporting the theory is the fact that Earth 42 has not collapsed in on itself. It still exists as a place to go. You know what I mean, right?
What Earth is that?
That's the one that Miles goes to at the end of the movie. The Earth without a Spider-Man.
Yeah, so there's that one. So that's point of evidence number one. Here's point of evidence number two. Gwen Stacy's Earth. Because technically, the canon was disrupted because her father quit being the police chief. If the canon was true, and it was a true canon event that a police officer close to Spider-Man dies, then a police captain close to Spider-Man dies, then he would have had to have died to keep the canon correct.
Oh no. Sorry, I had a startling realization regarding my Spider-Man.
Also, there's a third canon event. You ready for this?
What's that?
The third point of evidence against Miguel's theory is Mayday Parker.
Yep. Because
you know
Peter wouldn't have had her without Miles.
Exactly. And that's the direct interference. Even though he didn't, he inspired Peter to go back to his world, fix his mistakes, and that's how Mayday was born.
Mm-hmm.
So, it leads me to believe that, Miguel, you're full of shit. But anyways, so now that we know Miguel's full of shit, let's talk about the real Spider Goat.
Toby Brown.
Lego Spider-Man.
Oh my god, dude! I
Did you
love
know
that
that was
section.
animated by a 14-year-old?
14-year-old in a day. A day he did all that. It amazes me. That kid's
Lego
going
fans
places.
stay winning.
Like,
Lego fans stay winning.
truly. Oh my god. And he just, like, the fact that your work that you completed in a day made it into one of the biggest movies, like, just, I'm so blown away. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Absolutely. His work was incredible. Shout out to the kid that did it. Good
Mhm.
job. But I'm trying to think what else do I want to ask. So Hobie Brown, obviously my favorite Spider person. Love the punk aesthetic, love the anti-authoritarian, love how he calls the black hole in the middle of Spider-Man India's universe a metaphor for capitalism. I love how he just be stealing shit. I love
Okay,
how
but he's stealing shit with reason.
the purpose. Absolutely. I love how he's a Division 1 instigator. Hobie, you're not helping. Good. I mean, listen. Hobie is that guy. Hobie is that guy. I also love the fact that Hobie turns pink around young people he respects as anti-authority figures because he turns pink around Mayday and Miles. And I think he also turns pink around Pop Tier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Spider
But
Squad.
that's really cool. I also love how it took them over 4 years to figure out how to animate this man.
I love that it took
Beautiful.
over 4 years to animate the Spider Society sequence. Like, that was a 4-year process just to animate that sequence because of how much there was. And I love that.
I also love how 10 toes down he is, where he just goes, "No, you're gonna go after Miles. I quit. I'm out.
I'm done. Peace."
Absolute Giga Chad, through and through.
But
I quit." Not only that, then builds his own interdimensional device, gives it to Gwen, and is like,
well, you realize
"Whatever,
that
I'm
was
outta
out
here."
of the parts that he stole, right? Like, all of those
Yep.
parts he was stealing was so he could make the device. He was 10 steps ahead of Miguel. He knew exactly what was going to go down. But you got to consider
I think
being
from the
able
beginning,
to escape from an actively hostile government from his own world. This man's one of the smartest Spider-Man out there. Also, 1 second. I'll be right back.
absolutely. But yeah, so that's my guy. I don't like calling him Spider Punk because I've been told that he doesn't like that name. So Hobie Brown, Spider Man. That's my favorite. Just and the whole time he's just so cool. He just imbues coolness on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, man's brought such an amazing vibe to just every scene that he was in.
I don't believe in teams. So why are you in a band? I don't believe in consistency either.
Oh,
Okay.
I love it.
So I want to ask you, how did you feel about the spot?
Spot was cool. Spot was terrifying. Spot was cool. So when I heard that they were doing the Spot as the villain, I laughed. And I feel like that's the exact reaction they were going for everybody. And let me tell you, I wasn't laughing by the end.
Bro was terrifying.
Oh yeah.
He's going to crease his J's.
Yeah.
Have you seen the memes of the Kingpin in the first movie where he's on the phone and he's like
crease his J's.
Wait, hold on, I gotta get the voice ready. Prowler, crease his J's.
And then it just plays the Prowler theme. And he just starts leaning. I'm getting Black Adam flashbacks.
Hold on. Ezra, get the steel chair.
I guarantee you Cal just busted out laughing whenever he watches this.
Every time I hear "comes from the roof with a steel chair," I immediately think of Ezra Miller now.
Yep.
Also, I watched an interview they did on the set of or on the their press release of The Flash, like the premiere or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had that person on a tight leash, bro. They were like, you were only allowed to answer movie-related questions. Only movie questions. So, I can just imagine that interviewer give that person the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That'd be like sitting there talking to Homelander.
Yeah.
It's like, so, I know you started a sex cult and
Also,
beat the shit out of people, but
harassed
what makes
half of
you like the
Hawaii.
Flash? Why do you like the Flash so much? Well, because the Flash is like a hero. Huh? Talking about all the values the Flash embodies as a hero, and it's like, bro, you could have done that. You could have been that.
You could have.
Ah!
But you decided to be a villain.
I'm telling you, it was the Reverse Flash all along. It was me, Barry. I made your actor start a sex cult. I made Ezra Miller groom the minors, Barry. And I did it all just to mess with your movie. But Dawn, why? Because I hate you, Barry. I will say, I think the Spot is getting close to that level of petty.
Oh, yeah.
Petty villain.
Oh, yes, he is.
I will say, in my opinion, one of my favorite memes to come out of this movie is
The bagel?
The bagel. Somebody taking a Pop Smoke song, and right as Miles throws the bagel, damn, you just hit the spot. One of my, you hit me with a bagel. Spider-Man, why'd you create this guy?
Why'd you go and make this man?
Also, admire the America's Ass sticker.
I like that. It reminds me of Gabby's phone screen that she had for a while. While She-Hulk was airing, she did specifically ask for a picture of me turned around in my Spider-Man suit. Or not Spider-Man, Captain America suit.
Don't be a Karen. Rules to live by. Anyways, so do we have anything else we'd like to discuss? So, do you have anything else you'd like to discuss before we get to the ending?
I will say one of the funniest Lego customs I have from this movie was someone who just drew the Vulture, but what his minifigure would look like on a piece of brown paper. I thought that was funny as shit. They drew what his Lego minifig would look like. So it's a person who drew a Lego minifig on a piece of brown paper and just set it in their lineup of Lego minifigs. And I thought that was hilarious.
So did you get a custom Lego Vulture?
No, it's not an actual fig. It's a piece of paper that they drew the Lego Vulture onto.
Oh, because the Da Vinci
Vulture's
Vulture
paper.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what we know about canon events now, do you think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man had canon events on their universes because their villains were cured?
I mean, a police chief still died. But it's possible. We don't know. Because, their Spider-Man still showed up somewhere throughout the movie. Their two Spider-Men showed up somewhere in the movie. Tom's didn't.
But only in
Tom's
like
was
flashback.
directly referenced. Yes. I don't know. I don't know if they had canon events. I don't know if they didn't.
Because you got to think, Tom curing his villains and sending them back, that would disrupt the canon pretty severely.
I mean, judging by the, contempt that Miguel was talking about it with, I would say so. But at the same time, it's hard to measure if that's normal Miguel contempt or excessive Miguel contempt. It could just be his normal amount of upset. It could be an excessive.
Miguel's been hanging out with Spider-Man Lotus.
Ugh.
I can imagine you making that face. I just heard the Prowler theme in my head. I can't pull it up right now. My fingers don't type like that.
My fingers also don't type. News and rumors is gonna be weird. We may have to do that next week.
Oh, because you don't have it's not the glove attachment. Like it's all in one.
It's all in one. Now, that being said, I am going to be sewing metallic thread into the fingers. That way it actually registers on my phone. That's good.
Mine just does it because it's really thin.
Oh. Mine's not.
Yep. I'm cool like that.
Anyway, the ending.
The ending. So, I will say, I did have Evil Miles spoiled to me, but I didn't know how he was going to appear. So, I did kind of figure out with that little bit of extra context clue that he was going to be on a different Earth. Or different universe. But I sat there and I was like, is this a different universe? Because it could be, it could not be. Let's see. But it was another universe, and that was cool.
It didn't seem like it at first.
I really liked the slow reveal to it. And Mom, I'm Spider-Man. Oh, is that like cosplay? Yes, but not in this situation. And then when Uncle Aaron walked in, ooh, chills.
Yup. Oh, it was so good. There was so many.
The Prowler theme is so great. Also, I learned something interesting. The music for this movie is incredible. But
oh yes,
did you know that the Miles Prowler theme actually is a mix of the Prowler theme and the Leap of Faith theme from the first movie?
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not.
They did their homework with this movie. This is one of those movies that I think if you actually go back and you watch it and you break it down frame by frame by frame, this might be one of those every frame a painting movies. Because every single frame was so deliberate and set up so much. There's a scene where you actually see at the beginning of the movie, Miles with the dreads, Earth 42 Miles, about to get bitten by the spider before it gets taken away. It's a blink and you miss it.
Dang.
And again, that's one of the clues that cues you into, oh, you took your dreads out. Why'd you do that?
Yep.
That was something.
Oh.
But yeah, this movie was incredible.
Trick. That sense of yours.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
Last thing I want to talk about before we move to news and rumors. Donald Glover appeared in live action in a Prowler fit. So, like, where's more of that? I have a nephew who lives in this neighborhood as Aaron Dave. Like, come on.
He's
On.
coming to the MCU,
Just
bro. He's coming.
Give it to me.
They're teasing us. They're teasing us. They know we want it. They know we're sipping the syrup. They know.
They know.
They know we want it. They know it's coming. They know it's coming any day now. Also, did you see Spooderman in this movie? Because I didn't.
I saw him pop up briefly in like a frame when they were showing Spider-Man, but
Okay. So one of my favorite memes to come out of this movie is showing
what was
the
his
different
canon
Spider-
event?
Yeah, what was his canon event? Like Spider Car and Spider Dinosaur.
And Spider
What-
Plushie. What
my
happened
favorite-
to Spider Plushie?
What happened to Spider Cat?
Uh,
Still, my favorite is Spider Dinosaur. What was his canon event? It's a meteor coming from the sky. Uncle Ben, no!
what? I also love that Cowboy Spider-Man showed up and that his horse does have a mask.
Cowboy Spider-Man with a literal fucking gun.
Yeah.
Imagine getting shot. Like, it would suck to get, like, whipped by a web. Just imagine getting fucking shot with a web.
Yep. Web guns. Also,
Howdy, partner. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
this dimension ain't big enough.
Ain't nobody gonna tango with the Rango.
Also, another thing I love about this movie is we've seen the resurgence of spider sonas, which, if you don't know what that is people designing their own spider people. And I love seeing all the different ones. The art that I've got on my page is just beautiful. Maybe one of these days I'll show mine. Who knows? But yeah. I think it's news and rumors time.
I don't need a spider sona. I'm Spooderman. That's my spider sona.
I need the Dylan Spooderman cosplay. When are we getting that? When are we getting
Never.
Okay.
'Cause I'm too busy saving the city in it.
Okay. So we're gonna do news and rumors time, which means I'm texting Gabby because she did specifically request that we text her before it was news and rumors time. So give me a moment while I fumble with my phone so I can get news and rumors pulled up. Some of these buttons are very small.
Damn, this shit makes me buff. I call this one Uncle Ben, and I call this one Aunt May.
All right.
My 2 pals, Toby, Andrew.
So
P1, P2, and that's right, P3.
So it is now time for news and rumors.
Let's hear it.
We've actually gotten a good amount of news and rumors specifically regarding this movie. So after Donald Glover showed up in this movie, there had been a rumor a while back that we were getting a Hypno Hustler movie. That being said, that's now been scrapped. Donald Glover's playing the Prowler in future movies, in the Sony Spider-Man universe, as well as the MCU. In addition to that, it appears that El Muerte, that's been removed from Sony's release calendar, so it does not look like we're getting that any longer.
Oh man, I know like 5 people are going to be very upset about that.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
We got a trailer for Kraven the Hunter.
We did, and it looks interesting.
I have not watched it. I Honestly, might skip this one because if Venom and Morbius were any indicator, Spider-Man villains do not work as heroes because they are villains. They are meant to be bad. Damn it! Let villains be bad.
So it's funny you should mention Morbius.
It's Morbin time.
Jared Leto has been spotted suddenly climbing up a hotel without any sort of climbing gear in Germany. He's just... Oh, wait. Hold up. Nope. Okay, I can't do that. I cannot show you. The background will not let me.
He's on the Morb. It's Morbin time.
Evidently so.
The next
and then
Morbius 2 gonna make $5.3 more billion at the box office.
No, it is not.
Just wait.
Let's see. What else have I got? We got some news as far as Star Wars Eclipse, that game that got announced and then got delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, got a trailer and everything.
Quantic Dream has claimed progress on the game is advancing well. They stated, "It is far behind us. We work with our teams every day. It's going very, very well. We are focused on game development. That's the only thing that interests us." That was released as of 2 days ago, so...
Cool.
I'll take it. Let's see where it rolls. Maybe it goes good. Let me take a look.
Who knows?
So, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Secret Invasion.
Which just dropped its first episode.
It did, but they've been marketing for a lot longer than we thought. I've seen a lot of people saying that the marketing for Secret Invasion has been pretty lax. That being said, I want you all to start looking at the promotional material that they've been doing for other Marvel projects. I want you to look specifically back at Marvel Studios' post for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 premiere, where they said the stars were bright of the LA world premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And if you look very closely, in the background of that frame, you can see a green head with pointed ears, hiding against the black background. They've been doing this for months. And they haven't just been doing this in their own promotional materials. Skrull have been spotted in Dallas, LA, and Chicago during real-world news broadcasts for a marketing campaign to promote the release of Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion. They have been hiding among every single thing that we have been getting for months now. People haven't known about it because they haven't known to look.
How many months?
We don't know. We're only just now realizing just how far it's been going back. They've been showing up in real-world news broadcasts. They've been showing up on people's Ring doorbell cams. They've been showing up everywhere. If we keep looking, there might be, marketing material going back years since Secret Invasion was announced that they've been secretly hiding them as like an individual fan at the press release of some new movie getting announced. But you're going to find them. If you go looking, you'll see that they're there.
They've been hiding as my girlfriend the whole time. I fucking knew
it! Yes, surprise. Aaron is actually a Skrull that I sent to infiltrate the other side of Under the Helmet and keep tabs on Dylan.
I knew it was too good to be true. I love how I just scream out really loud. They hear a dog start barking. You laugh now. There's going to be a conversation later. I'm like, hey, babe, are you a Skrull? And she's going to be like, what the fuck is a Skrull? I knew it!
Exactly. It's exactly what Gabby said. Hence, Secret Invasion. Anyway, I actually have some really cool stuff to announce. So y'all know that I love the What If series. I love my Captain Carter, but today is weirdly enough not about Captain Carter. That being said, Marvel is launching a series of What If books in 2024, including these 3. What If Loki Was Worthy, a Loki and Valkyrie story. What if Wanda and Peter were siblings? Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man story. And finally, what if Mark Spector was a host to Venom, a Moon Knight and Venom story? And I think these are such just wacky, out there concepts that they're going to work really, really well. And I'm very excited to see what they do with them.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm kind of excited for that. It's very interesting. I will say the Wanda and Peter one is kind of interesting. It sounds kind of Wattpad-y, but also interesting at the same time.
I think it's going to be. They're definitely going to be out there. If Loki was worthy, is going to be kind of cool. I'm excited to see what that's going to end up being.
I feel like they've done that story before in some capacity, but I'm interested to see how they do it.
Okay. I'm excited for it to get its own dedicated story. I'm also excited for Valkyrie to also be in that story because we don't get enough Valkyrie stuff. We don't.
That we don't.
Anyway, I think that's all we got for today.
Dang, look at us finishing in under an hour. Let's go.
Look at us. Who would have thought? Who would
ready for me? Not me. You ready for me to do the outro?
I am ready for you to do the outro.
All right, good on. Warm it up right quick. So that's been another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. If you like what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to Under the Helmet podcast so you never miss another episode or when we go live. Don't forget, join that Discord. Links in the down there area. Also follow us on Instagram so you never miss our lives. And you can comment on our Instagram posts so you can join the Hothbreaker. This has been another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Have a good night. May the force be with you. And we will see you the next time that we go Under the Helmet. Where's my mask?
Here's my mask. It doesn't have lenses yet, so I'm not wearing it.
Put it on.
Not putting it on.
You gotta put it on.
Spider hat. All right, everybody.
Bye.
We will see you. Dude, do you know how to get out of your suit?
Nope.
Are we stuck in these?
Probably.